Hello, hello. We're starting today without Jassassin because he wanted to start at, gosh, like 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Or was it 6 p.m. Pacific? No, I don't remember what time it was. Yeah, he wanted to start at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. my time. There's no way I can start at that time and like have a decent stream, so we kind of talked about it a little bit, and I was going to be starting like an hour-ish early, and then he'll join us when 8 o'clock rolls around, and then I'll end probably a little bit before he does. Is pretty much the game plan. I don't know how it's going to play out. We got to figure this out, but it's either like we do things like this or we have fewer streams, so it is what it is. But yeah, hello, Handa Milton, Cami _5, Robert RL, hello, Susie. I see you there. Hello, hello. I don't know what we're doing right now. We're running around the base. Usually I have a plan and we like discuss it. Are these running? Ooh. All of these are running. Oh, right. These are all going to be running for a while. I forgot. We did put in one of these big ultimate capacitor things in here, which holds a ridiculous amount. And we'd search for a capacitor. This guy. Look at that number there. What is that? Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, septillion? I don't actually know those illion numbers. Somebody can correct me if I am wrong. But like once you start getting up to that number, it just gets silly. Needless to say, the item that goes into this says if you fill it, you win Minecraft. It's quite a lot of power. It's more than one, this is true. Quite a lot of power. So our generator is going to be running basically all of the time, trying to fill up that one guy. It's literally going to take us 872 years to fill it at our current power. So basically we're never going to fill it at this rate. We need to get like more power generating capacity. Now here's the thing. So we have this much power storage. Were we limited with how much power we can output per one of these? I don't remember. So there's a 64 amp substation dynamo hatch. It looks like we're using 2 of those. So we can output 128 amps of UV power. So basically we're unlimited. Basically. Like there's a limitation, but I don't think we're going to hit it. So that's pretty cool. How are we doing on Naquadah? Oh, we got so much of it. We don't even have to worry, which is great. Okay. Okay. I think power is under control for now. I think it's time that we take a look at stuff. Hey, Trev. You've been so waiting to find out what happens? Yeah, the last time we played, we ended up running out of power and we had to end the stream. And, like, we just couldn't do anything. Like, it was a little unfortunate. Oh, we got all these things I never claimed. Right, I remember doing all these things. Yo, was that 5 money dollars? Wow, we're rich. Basically, money millionaires now. Basically. So let's see here. So we could complete some of these quests, or we could do something that might be a little bit more fun and look at getting the higher tier smelterator up and running. Something that might replace all of these guys in here, maybe. I don't know if like how close or far we are to that. Ooh, Enderium's going. Why is Enderium going? 12K. Oh, what? These numbers, why? Just Assassin, stop it with the randomness. I know they're not actually random, but they look random. This guy is going to... Oh my god, it's triggering me. It shouldn't, but it is.
Trev 138 just gifted 1 subs.
Yo, Trev, hey, thanks so much for gifting us sub, dude. It's very kind of you. Hey, number 7. Any of these guys running back here? Nope, these are all off. Yep. Yeah, so we gotta figure out if we're gonna make that new smelter thing, where it's going to go. And I think we were talking about putting in like one of these rooms, since the multi-block is so big. We're gonna do like have it in the center, and then like have this be 2 stories tall inside, not 2 separate floors. So let's take a look at that thing. I don't know how close or far we are from it. What is it even called? I don't know. If I search for hot Enderium ingot, rotary hearth furnace. This thing. Okay, so this requires a little bit of research and some stuff, and I think we have the ability to do all this stuff. Okay, let's work on this. I think that's what I want to do. I don't know why I'm upstairs. I need to be downstairs. Hey, come over here. We need to make a recipe for this bad boy. Rotary hearth furnace multi-block. I don't know if you guys can actually read the text behind the tooltip here. That's what I'm looking at. Did I spell that right? Rotary hearth furnace. Yep. Okay. And then we need to grab this guy. This goes here. Load here. This is going to be processing pattern. And fill recipe. Ooh, boy. And that's going to equal this thing. Okay, so we want to get rid of some of these things. So we want maint. We'll put a cleaning maintenance hatch in there because we can. Muffler's fine. LV energy, we get rid of this. Output hatch. ME output hatch. Input hatch, I think we get rid of this. I'll put an input hatch in here. No, you know what? I don't think we're gonna need those. Output hatch. Well, no, that's the input hatch. We need a stocking input hatch. Output bus. We do need that. ME output. ME output bus. And then input bus. This is the one we don't need. Okay, so everything else in here looks fine. Save it up. You could just barely see that? Yeah, I was figuring like the compression through Twitch, you probably can't see it. All right, so we want rotary hearth furnace multi-block. Yo, this is a 3. This is 3 indices. Can we do the first one? Nope. So we need this thing. Right. Well, let's make the pattern, then we'll go do the research for it. So that'll be on the line. And in order to do that, I need electric blast furnace. Data orb. Okay, it's time to research, boys. I am glad Jassassin took the time to like up the amount of data work units, whatever these are called, compute work units. That was a really slow before. That's actually not too bad. All right, so we got this guy, and this needs to find a home. Right there. Okay, so now if we come to this thing, and we tell it to make a rotary hearth furnace, the first one, we are missing Naquita alloy spring. Extruder. Okay. So long rod. And then spring. Yep. So now index 0 next. Do it. Index 1 next. Ooh. Okay, we got some things that we got to figure out here. So the first one, Cupro nickel coil block. This is something that we made really early on, so this should be fairly easy, although we don't have a way to make bronze foil. Interesting. Coil block. Dude, we don't have any space. What is this going? It's summer number 0? Wait, we have space. What was I? Okay. So I need to make bronze foil. So recipe for this, that. Then we search for foil. And then, boom. Okay, so we got that taken care of. So if I tell it to make indice 1. Okay, so now we need extreme engine intake casing. Ew. Ew, gross. We know how to make all of this stuff, though. This is tungsten steel, though. Okay. And this is going into what? This is an assembler number 0. Extreme. Yep. So that one's done. And then tungsten steel firebox casing. And that's just a normal crafting recipe. And we have all of that already done. Easy. Just find a home for this boy. Boy. We'll put it right there. Okay, so we should be able to craft this. Says we can. Do it. And then this one. Whoa. Titanium carbide ingot. We're missing 222 of them. Titanium carbide ingot. We need titanium carbide. If I was titanium carbide, I would probably be in the back over there, but I'm not actually sure where it is. So we're just going to look. Tungsten. Hot titanium ingot. Tungsten carbide. Another carbide, but not the one we're looking for. Rutile dust. Hot titanium carbide right here. So this guy needs to be bumped up. Oh, man. So let's go 1024 and we'll go low end 800. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to up the power level. Actually, how fast is this going? We're still going to up it. That's reasonable, but we need this thing done faster. Why is it still going? Oh, because this is like really old. It's not even using a stocking input bus. This needs the full works. Okay, so we need ME output. No, output bus. ME input. Stocking input bus. Stocking input hatch. We are using helium. Yum. Input hatch. And then stocking input boost number 2. And that's using this stuff. And output boost.
Stereo 528 just resubscribed for 9 months.
Yo, Stereo! Hey, thanks so much for the 9-month resub. Welcome back, dude. Okay, now we can upgrade the power level. IV. Imagine still using IV. ZPM. Energy no, we don't need the converter. We need the energy hatch, and then we need just an energy thingy. ZPM energy. Because I can't filter it out by looking at it. There we go. That guy right here. This guy right here. Point down. Boop this. Slap it on. And point down. Slightly faster. We're just pulling like 20 ingots at a time, no big deal. It's not 0.5, it's 0.1. Okay, that's twice as slow as what you're suggesting. I'm using slow in air quotes. Yeah, that's right. You're bad. I'm silly. Okay, let's put all this away. We clear these filters out. Clear that out. And this one. And this. Clear them all out. I don't need this anymore. All right, so this should be done in about 3 seconds. And done. Sweet. That was easy. I guess I don't need to go down there to finish this up. We can do it like right here, or I can use my wireless thing. So that was rotary. And we just need to craft this one. Do it. That was actually pretty easy to do. Boop, boop, boop. Quest complete. Upgraded EBF and freezer. Wait, what quest was that? This one? Oh, look at this. I got $1. Very cool. Okay, so now we gotta figure out this thing because, yeah. I don't know. I don't know about it, okay? I assume what I'm going to work on is placing this thing and then like raising the roof. Woo, woo. Raise the roof. And then actually like putting the proper size on this. So first things first, let's go ahead and swippity swap the floor here. Not to these coil blocks, but to this stuff. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Who built this out of white concrete, honestly? Look, if we're gonna upgrade, let's upgrade, okay? I will need the titanium coils. Look, I'm just doing whatever it said that I needed, okay? And it said I needed the other coils. Undo. 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 Okay. And then now we can go the big one. Maybe not that big. A little bigger. Oh, did I not click it? Oh, what the heck? We ran out. Undo. Undo. What is this stuff even called? Cyan Terra Makata. Hakuna Matata. That one and this one. Look at us go. We did the thing. Go team. And I should probably do this in here too. Look, don't half-ass something, all right? If you're gonna do it, full-ass it. That's my motto. Boom. All right. Oh. We kind of skipped this room, but it is on the way, and I got the tool in my hand, so let's just do it. Might as well. We're not going to do any more than what we have just done here, though. Oh. Undo. Undo. 10,000. There we go. All right, I feel pretty good about that. I don't feel good about these, though. My inventory. Hello? I guess it's based on where you're pointing and where you're looking at the same time. I didn't realize that. This one needs to be changed as well. Sweet. Inventory is still destroyed. So what color are these blocks? Magenta? I guess that kind of means that stripe needs to continue along here. But does that mean that we have 2 magenta rooms? 2 small magenta rooms? I guess so. I guess. Whoops. G. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. I didn't screw it up. You were literally just about to go to bed, but you can't go without saying hi. Well, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy your short stay. Okay, so I need hammer. Man, I really need another inventory slot here. I guess I can get rid of this. Hammer. I'm going to keep this in my bag because I might need that here in a little bit. What about the other small room entrances? These good? Stripe, everything looks good in here. We had the ceiling thing that we needed to fix here, and we can do that real quick. Building gadget. Easy, easy. Okay, so the only other thing that I would like to do in here is get the terminals up and running, but that's not like super necessary right now. Now, the other question is, which way is the front of this room? Which way do we face the rotary hearth? Is there a way it faces? Maybe we face it this way because that's like closest to the window, but there's also windows over here. I feel like it should either be facing north or south. So in that case, it'd be facing north. So we face it this way. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. I mean, this is the multi-block. So it is in the center, one block above. And what is the size of this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 by 13, I assume. Yeah, 13 by 13. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 on either side. Right? 1, 2, 3. And then half of 13. Would that be 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So this block, 1 higher. I think this is going to be offset by 1. And there's nothing I can do about this. That's 9 blocks, and this side is 10 blocks. Yep, nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Can't fix it. It's an even number. Do you remember your crash landing playthrough? For one reason or another, you always find yourself going back and watching that series. Things because it reminds you of old school Minecraft and the 1.7 mods. Yeah, crash landing was fun. There is one thing you can do: writhe in agony. All right. If I boop this and I do this, clearly we go above the ceiling here. And it's gone. Maybe faster. Okay, so this is basically the outline. I need to do one more. I think that's right. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of these blocks are going to impede it at this point. So I should be able to use this thing. Boom. All right, so some things are kind of funky. I definitely don't think the output hatch and the output bus go here. Or the stocking. Can this thing accept parallel hatch, or does it need one? These are things I don't know. Input hatch. I think we can just put like right here or something. Output bus here. And then maintenance. I have no idea where the maintenance go. Maybe back here or something? Yeah, this thing goes away. Okay, so now we need ZPM. UV. UHV. Ooh. Now the thing is, though, I don't know how this is all going to get... I think we're going to have to make recipes for all of our different ingots at this point, which is going to be kind of crummy. So I'm missing 2 blocks. I need... Oh, what did I put here? Output bus. Output hatch? I mean, I guess we could put an output hatch. And then HV input bus. I don't really know how we're going to do this. So now I got 2 more of these blocks. Multi-block form. Okay. It's a very big boy. So we need to like raise the roof for this. And that's probably going to be the next thing we do. This thing should be set to 1 layer deep. 1. I mean, that takes care of the vast majority of it. And this side. Okay, so we got the bottom side like stubbed out, ready to go. Beep, 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 beep. I will need this though. Okay, well, I need to figure out like where this room ends. Yo, this tool is so good. Why doesn't it instant break? Yeah, we could do like the rock simulator thing. I don't really know how we're gonna do this just yet. This is probably something I'm gonna wait till Jassassin comes on for, and like we'll figure it out together. I don't want to just do it. Being able to mine 81 blocks at a time is pretty awesome, though. Not gonna lie. Apparently my inventory is full. Who'd have thunk it? Apparently mining this many blocks is hungry work. My backpack's like, you eat now. I was like, okay, fine. I guess I eat now. Do we suddenly have a hype train without starting bits or subs? Wait, do we have a hype train? Wait, that is a hype train. How do we have a hype train? Chat? Who's starting the hype train and not telling me? All right, let's set this to a reasonable number so I don't accidentally the base sometime in the future. And then... Is this the height? No, this is too high. Is it? No, actually, that is the height. It's the height of that. We kind of want it to be this high. Building a gadget. So that high right there. Whatever height I'm at right here, this is the height that we want it to be. I mean, this is going to be a pretty tall room. We haven't done like a multi-story open concept room yet. Oh, snap.
Lolacry just gifted 5 subs.
Yo, Lolo, thank you so much for gifting 5 submarinos. Thanks so much. There, now it's a real scam train. Choo-choo! Everybody join the scam train so you get emotes and things that you probably will never use. Oh, I screwed up. Undo. Oh, I really screwed up that one. There we go. So now we can put this away. And I will do... No, we want this. I want to switch this to horizontal wall. Oh, did I screw up? I might have screwed up and put... Yeah, I did screw up. Dang it. Gotta fix my mistake now. Oh, I also missed a spot in the very center, looks like. Place some blocks by hand like a Neanderthal. Ugh. Imagine placing blocks by hand. Gross. Okay, so this is our big room, super tall. We got the rotary hearth furnace that's like can't properly be centered because reasons. Yeah, and that's it. We did the thing. So this doesn't show a parallel hatch. I don't know if it can accept one. Let's try throwing one in here and see what happens. It takes one. Can we do the big one? How long does this take to craft? Just think this isn't even the largest behemoth you'll be making. Oh, right. We wanted to fix these. Or maybe I did fix that. I can't remember now. Did I fix that? I want to change those recipes so the neutronium ingot is the only thing that gets returned on that recipe. I think that might be breaking something, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh man, that went through. Last stream I did not. I might have done it off camera, or maybe I thought about doing it and didn't actually do it. I don't know. Okay. Point. And slurp all that power. All right. So these coils Does this say the maximum heat? Oh, it does see it. Okay. So yeah, we were kind of bamboozled a little bit by those. If we look at rotary, which one was it? Why do I not see the coil in here? Okay, so it is 96 coil. What is the best one? The titanium? Can we do anything better than titanium at this point? That is 10,800. Omnic matrix coil block would be the highest here. I don't think we can do this. Okay, so let's make 96 titanium. I mean, it says we can do it, but can we do it? Like, can we actually do it? I mean, it says it's crafting, so I'm assuming we can actually do it. You have already upgraded the neutronium recipe to the next tier of microminer, which had the ingots as the only output. I see. Yeah, so we made all those singular recipes. So like, we had one recipe where all of this equals this guy plus everything else. And then we had one of these recipes where all this equals this guy plus everything else. And I think what we needed to do with a lot of these recipes is just make it so all of this equals this thing with nothing else over here. And these will just be bonus stuff. And then we'll get those anyway. But like in a future craft, when we need neutronium ingots, those will already be in the system. So we won't have to go and fetch more. But I think that's going to solve a lot of our problem. And I feel like I might have made some changes like that. I don't know, but yeah, if we change all these recipes so they only equal the one item, a lot of our circular crafting problems that we've been having will go away. Yeah, we do have another tier. I'm just saying out loud, like my thought process here with this. I need to place one of these down. Was that all of them? That looks like that was all of them. Okay, so this should be fully upgraded. Yep, 11,600K. It looks cooler now. Super cool. What is this thing? A muffler hatch. What's below it? Nothing. So this guy, we point down. Okay. We did it. Mission accomplished, everybody. Man, do we do those stocking input buses for every single one of these? Ooh, I don't know about all that. I'm going to swap these two because these are in the wrong spot. As bothering me. So what's some things we need here? Helium gas, nitrogen. Argon. I can't think of anything else. Maybe there's something else. Nitrogen, helium, nitrogen, nothing. Nitrogen, 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 argon, helium, 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 argon, helium. I think that's about it. Maybe there's like one specific ingot that's using something different, but oh, titanium tetrachloride. That's one. I feel like I've already gone through all of these, but I'm just going to go down this row one more time. Cetane boosted diesel. Why can't I bookmark? Was it weird? Krypton. I can't bookmark out of this either. Okay. And then... oh, let me start on this side. Hydrogen. What is this one for? Okay. Tritanium. Tritanium gas. Tritium. These are ones that I haven't set up because these recipes are very foreign to me. Primal mana. Oxygen. Yep. Let me check the ones back over here. Krypton. Neon. These are all available. They haven't had anything put them in yet. Okay, I think we got them all now. So helium, nitrogen, argon, titanium tetrachloride, cetane boosted diesel, krypton, hydrogen, tritium, primal mania, oxygen, and neon. Okay, I think that is all of them. save a little backup there in case something happens. But yeah, I don't know how we're gonna set this thing up, to be honest. Oh, Jasassin should be about here. About. Let me get the stream together thing up and running. Send invite, start sharing chat. Ooh. All right. You might need to do the titanium tetrachloride in different hats so you can limit it. Well, I mean, this is a stocking input hatch, right? So it doesn't, it's just whatever's in the system. Unless you're saying that's the problem. I think it is limited by how much we're crafting and keeping in our AE system. Unless I'm missing something obvious. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start setting up these terminals. We'll get some of this busy work done because it needs to get done. It looks bad without it. There's a lot of terminals that need to go into here. Goodness gracious. I'm assuming, chat, that you're satisfied, right? That I don't need to change anything. And while I'm at it, I might as well do these terminals too. It feels a little unnecessary, the amount of terminals and spots for terminals we have. But it is so dang convenient that we can just spin our camera and like get to a terminal really fast without having to like fly around to a specific location. Does copy and paste work on the terminals? I don't think it does. I know cut and paste does, but that doesn't help because that doesn't add new ones. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need 24 of each terminal. I think I counted them all. Oh, that's the wrong ones. We need crafting terminal. Pattern encoding. requester terminal. Years later. Extended pattern access. I thought these things were going to be broken, but nope, they came through. Okay, so now the next question is, what color goes where? So we look at this one. Red is on the south side. So red is on the south side and it is on, oh, there's some rooms over here. South and the east side. So that'd be this side. Which feels weird, but you know, I'm just trying to keep them like on the same side. Oops.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. You might want to step into the larger room over here. The larger room over here.
Yes, I see.
You see?
What does it do?
I don't know yet. I haven't actually done anything with it. We built it. We
ready
got
to go?
No, it is not ready to go.
Oh.
I had some questions and I was gonna wait for you to kind of figure out your input on it.
I see.
So the question is, with this particular thing being one blast furnace to rule them all, do we do everything as patterns, or do we do things like we did with the rock crusher thingy, whatever, where we spawn in all the different blocks with like the toggle buses?
Toggle buses.
Yeah.
Not following.
Come over to the red room. And it's underneath this guy, the rock cycle simulator.
Uh-huh.
Do we do this? Or do we do patterns?
Or what? I don't know what this machine even does.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is the rotary hearth smelter. It's the thing that replaces the smelting, the EBFs.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we have a lot of blast furnaces.
We
a
do.
lot.
A lot. But that is a 13 by 13, which means there's a number of spots underneath that we can put thingies in there.
And you're proposing that we move everything to this guy?
I don't know. I don't know, like, if that... I mean, that's what it's intended for, right? Like, I haven't used it yet. I don't know how fast it is.
Yeah, I
assume,
literally have no idea.
I assume that's going to replace all of our EBFs, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know enough to give you an answer, to be honest. So maybe we figure out how it works and then go from there.
I'm down with that.
We could also move things kind of as they make sense. Although I will say I've been looking. Well, okay, so I logged in a couple times to change some level emitter levels to be a little bit higher for the Omnic Forge. Because we just weren't keeping enough stock of a lot of these ingots. So I raised a bunch of the levels to where we would be able to craft this thing. But there's so many. Like there's so many ingots.
Yeah.
And finding them in that room is getting really tedious.
Yes.
I will say adding level emitters, I think, is going to make that problem much worse.
Okay, so you're kind of leaning towards doing just recipes on demand crafting for them?
I think so. And then only where it makes sense, right? Like, so when we're adding new patterns, of course, I think we'd put them in here. And then maybe things that are super slow are then faster in here. I'm assuming this thing's super fast, but honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
It'd be stupid if this thing was like slower than an EBF.
Right.
Like it wouldn't even make sense. And it can support the 256 parallel thing, so I assume it's wicked fast.
Right.
I don't know why I just said wicked. I never use that word. But yeah, I would assume it's like really, really fast.
I'm wondering if it has this tooltip on it that talks about the temperature and efficiency. I wonder if we compare that to the blast furnace, how it compares. It seems the same as the blast furnace.
Well, the blast furnace we can't hook up parallel stuff to, so this thing has to be faster in some way.
True. True.
Requester. Pattern access. Crafting. Encoding. So I'm just trying to go through and like finish up this room, putting in the terminals and things like that while you are getting your bearings. Whoops.
Okay, I'm just looking at the tooltips and stuff here. So yeah, I don't know. I think we set up a few things, figure out how it works, figure out how fast it really is, and then we can decide. Because if it's like, I already know that some of our blast furnaces are crafting like 4 or 8 ingots per tick. Like aluminum, I think, is doing 4 ingots per tick right now. So it's stupid fast. Now, it might be stupider, faster in here, right? And so if that's the case, if maybe it does a stack per tick, then yeah, I think it could just be a pattern. And in fact, we could even keep it as on demand at that speed.
I kind of really want everything to be just on demand crafting, gonna be honest.
I kind of do as well, especially because when you run out of something, man, it's such a pain to go and figure out what the heck it is that's broken.
Where even am I? I keep right clicking and like warping myself places. I really am disliking that.
That's a fun game. Come on.
Is it fun?
It's fun for me.
It's very disorientating when you like warp yourself somewhere. He's like,
it is, especially because you can end up, in fact, you often end up at the opposite side of the base.
Yeah. And it like happens without any prompts too. It's not like I see a whole bunch of glowy things. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna warp there.
Yeah. I wish there was a button to just turn off the like stand on here and warp. Because the other thing is it's not just right click, it's jumping as well, does it?
Oh yeah, true.
And I like to run and jump around.
How many times do you warp when you're just running and jumping around?
Mostly I do it off stream because when I'm here off stream, I'm just kind of like looking at things usually, walking around, kind of wasting time.
Yeah.
So on stream, I don't think it happens very often because I'm usually pretty like, I'm doing this and then I'm doing this, but off stream, I'm just kind of looking at things and maybe planning things or whatever.
And I crafted up like 24 terminals for this. There's just so many spots in this section.
I was thinking like maybe it's a little overkill to have them everywhere, but then at the same time, I was thinking like it's actually really nice.
It's very convenient. Like you just look one direction. It's like, oh yeah, there's a terminal.
I need a terminal. Okay, over here. What's actually more annoying than having them is not having them.
I agree. Yeah, that's
like
why
I go and I'm like, dang it, I needed a terminal and there's not one here. So anyway. Okay, so you've hooked this thing up. Is it functional already?
No. No ME connection has been established.
Oh, okay.
It has power, but like I was waiting for your input before I did anything with it.
I got it.
But
and you're stocking all the fluids.
Yes, because I assumed we were going to move our entire thing over here. I mean, the blast
we can
furnaces.
if it makes sense. Honestly, like I'm just saying I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I don't know.
Shouldn't.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I'm not saying we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. So.
Okay,
Oh,
all the terminals have been placed, I think.
sweet. You've been here for a little while, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've been on for about an hour now.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you looked at this battery with your stream, but I'd like to talk about it.
Okay. Taki. Do you want me to be over there when you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was filling my inventory full of blink patterns, but I could do that later.
Fun. Okay, so we each added one of these batteries, and then I removed yours because
Rude, by the way. Rude.
Yeah, well,
Rude.
Okay, so here's my thought process. If it's gonna take 1,000 years, literally in real time, to charge this battery,
Well, it's not 1,000. It's 910.
Right now it says 1,000 years.
Okay, fair.
That we didn't need 2 batteries in there. We just need the one for now. Maybe it'll change. It probably will change, to be fair. But because it's going to take so long to charge, it doesn't make sense to have the extra capacity. And in addition to that, there's a passive drain when you add that battery, which is 100,000 EU per tick with the one battery I added. And I feel like there's no reason to have the passive drain if there's not the extra capacity. So I made the executive decision.
Future proofing, because I can guarantee we're switching to another power source soon, is why I did that.
True.
And we're talking about the difference between 1/5 of one of our generators versus 2/5 of one of our generators. To me, it didn't seem like it mattered, but
okay,
it's fine.
It's 105,000 EU a tick.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm opening a calculator. There's 105,000. Let's just call it 100,000. 100,000 EU per tick.
Mm-hmm.
There's 20 ticks in a second. There's 60 seconds in a minute. There's 60 minutes in an hour. There's 24 hours in a day, and let's call it 7 days. How many billions, trillions of EU is that wasting for no reason?
I mean, but on the other hand, does it matter? Like, if you step back and think about it, does it matter? And that's where I'm at, because it doesn't matter.
Does not having the battery matter?
Like I said, if you want to take it out, you can take it out, and you did, and that's fine. But my thought process is it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, so I removed it.
It's fine. I don't think it's a big deal, but you did, and that's fine. I'm not. It doesn't really matter to me.
Anyway, okay, so separate from that, one of the other things I'd like to do is move all the output hatches from these other substations into this main one, because right now it caps out at like 120,000 EU or something.
Can I propose that we get rid of the other ones and like find a perfect spot for this 5x5 and just have one?
Yes.
I think
agree.
that is probably the number one thing to decide first.
Okay, so we get rid of the other 3. Do we know? So we're going to move to that other blast, or the other generator, right? Naquad generator, the large one. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the next tier, but I don't think we were able to reach it just yet.
No, but if we can figure out the size of it and where we want to place it, we can also...
Oh, right, because that's a big boy, too. I forgot.
It's huge.
NAC react, large Naquad reactor.
It's 9x9 by... I don't actually know how tall.
I mean, we can make this thing... It's 5x5, but we can, like, put some blocks around it and make this thing a 9x9. It doesn't have to be just the way the blocks are. Like, we can make it bigger.
Saying, yeah, well, I'm just saying we relocate it with this large reactor.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
How much power does this large one make?
Good question.
A lot. A number that's like pretty large.
33 million per tick.
Yeah.
Right now we're producing what? 16 million per tick?
I
I have a way to look at. Right now we're doing 70 divided by 4.
It's 18 million, I believe.
Okay, so we're going to double our current generation with one of those reactors. I don't think doubling is enough.
Okay.
What do you think? So I think we want to make 4 of those guys.
Well, here's the next question, though. Is this the end game? Is that like our final stop? Is there nothing better than this?
I think there's the plasma generator and it's better, but I think we're also pretty far from that one.
You see, we're still having power issues. Look, that's the way this pack is make power, use power, run out of power, make more power, use power, run out of power, make more power.
Power
it's like
is
satisfactory.
how you get resources, yeah. But that said, I think we did solve our power issues because we have 70, what is this? 1,000 million, billion, trillion, 70 trillion power, which is like 6 times what we could store before.
Okay, so I had the question, like, what is this capacity? Is it billion, trillion, quadrillion, septillion? Is that where it goes?
1,000 million.
Or is it
billion,
sextillion?
Trillion, quadrillion, septillion.
Is it sep or sex? I don't remember. I know there's 2 different ones and they sound similar.
I think septillion.
You think it's sep? Okay.
But I don't actually know.
Davo Mouse in chat says sextillion. RL says 9 quintillion.
Quintillion. Maybe that's right.
I don't know. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 commas.
I have to Google it because I want to know.
Yeah, we should say what it is properly because this is ridiculous.
Quintillion, according to integers.info. And RL was right, as always. Why would we ever doubt?
Because he was probably already Googling it. There's no way he just knew that.
I don't know. He seems pretty smart to me.
He Googled it. If he says he didn't, I'm not going to believe him.
I mean, we already didn't believe the answer, so why would you believe that he didn't Google it?
I think it's septillion. I'm saying with... Okay, you know what? It's like infinity. Basically infinity.
9 infinity.
Yep.
Although I imagine we actually will charge that thing. But yeah, I think we want 4 of the large Naquadah reactors. But I do think there's also the plasma reactor or something like that. Plasma? There's a few types of plasma, and they can all generate power, I think.
Neptune, thank you for the 56 months.
Neptune 2109 just resubscribed for 56 months.
Oh yeah,
Almost
so yeah,
5
plasma
years.
generator. They each produce 2,048 EU per tick.
That seems underwhelming.
For 1 millibucket, and I think you produce plasma pretty fast.
But if it's only 2,000 EU per tick, you know how many we would need to make a substantial
I'm assuming
amount?
it's going in parallel as well.
I don't know. Large plasma turbine.
Because I think there's the 2048 parallel hatch, and you can put that in the turbine.
So there's also the rotor holders. And holds rotor in place so it will not fly away. I thought I gave more info on this. Or maybe search for rotor. Durability, efficiency. I don't know.
Anyway, I think that does a lot of power, but I also know that we're not quite there, right? Because we can't make plasma yet. Maybe we can. Oh, it looks like we actually can.
Yeah, just with the fusion reactors.
Yeah. Maybe it's the plasma turbine we can't afford? I don't know. I thought we weren't here yet. Maybe this is what we're supposed to be doing first. But it feels like the Naquadah reactor is then going to be pretty underwhelming when we switch to it. Because it doesn't seem like endgame to me. but it does feel like the next step. But I don't actually know.
Hey,
Does
Transit
the end
Biker.
game quest book tell us?
Oh, that's a good question. What would that be under?
End game.
Would it?
I think so.
Creative tank, hyperbolic microverse projector, creative chest, dimensional super assembler.
Or maybe solar panels are the way. Neutronium solar panel.
Large Naquita reactor.
Aha.
The large Naquita reactor is an upgraded reactor that can generate immense amounts of EU energy, fuels, and more complicated, but will generate massive amounts of power in return. Okay, cool.
I don't see anything energy-wise that comes before that, because that's right after the Omnic Forge, which we're working towards right now. So I'm thinking that's it. I'm trying to find what anything else mentioning power in here.
Large plasma turbines are a powerful late-game method of generating power. One large plasma turbine produces a base of 16,384 EU a tick when using an IV rotor holder. Great, they copied the tooltip. Good job.
There's also these solar panels.
Yes.
These are quite expensive, and 2 of them are required for each tier of the tier 10 microminers. So they're not for power generation.
Try and stop me. Infinity solar generator.
Neutronium solar panels generate an enormous amount of RF in the sunlight. So when you get your tank, it's a good choice to for compact power generator. It's always daytime in the void. These do 2.5 million FE per tick.
Which isn't that much.
No.
But
they're compact.
They are compact.
But they're also boring. Solar panels are boring. Infinity solar panel, 99 million FE
That's what
per
I
tick.
said. The Infinity one. But you can't craft it. Oh, no, you can craft it. Wait, we can craft this right now. Just kidding. We can't.
Okay. We could probably do the neutronium one, though.
I don't think we should do any of those.
No,
to be honest.
I think solar panels are boring.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, I think large Naquita reactor probably first. Unless, where was the turbine quest?
I just searched for plasma.
Uh-huh. Oh, maybe we were already supposed to do this.
Yeah, I don't think
it was
that's
after the fusion reactor Mark 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right next to the wetware stuff.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to go this route, but we skipped it.
Yeah, it really does feel like it's an earlier game power supply than what we are doing now.
Okay. So
I don't think we were supposed to go as far with the diamonds as we did.
Judging by the insanity that's down there, I think we did the right amount of diamonds. What do you mean?
I mean, we set this all up and like we immediately...
Dude, it's so cool though.
We set it all up and we immediately went past it. Like we used these for like a day.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, by the way, Naquita reactors.
Well, I was thinking that the Naquita reactors were going to be stupidly expensive because of their input resource. Then we found out they were bolts. So...
Well, we always
thought we weren't quite there, too.
We always got these as backup power if we need it.
A teeny tiny backup power.
I mean, it's a lot of power, but yeah, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much.
Yeah. Okay. So we just need to figure out where we're going to fit 4 of the larger generators, I think, or maybe more. I don't know. Maybe we build more. Maybe we find a room this size, make it for power gen with the larger reactors. I think we have enough ceiling height. They're 11 tall.
I mean, we have like over in the magenta area, we got plenty of small rooms. There's 2 small rooms encircling this one.
Okay.
Encircling? Encompassing? Enveloping. I don't know.
Using a lot of new words today. Okay. And then we just need to put the battery, I think, with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do like the reactor in the center and then, or I'm sorry, the power storage. No, the power storage probably be better in one of these corner things.
I think so. We could also eliminate the hole in the wall and make it a long room like the other rooms we've been doing.
No, we can't do that because I just spent all the time putting those terminals in.
These terminals?
Yeah. Yeah, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh! Yeah, I mean, we can open that up too. I'm fine with that.
Or
if
we
you
could,
do that.
we could eliminate the wall entirely if we wanted to. I think for the super assembler, we're gonna need to eliminate a wall. It's pretty big.
The super assembler. Let me look at this thing. Oh. I mean, it's long. It's not tall though. I'm counting like 19, 20 blocks long.
Yeah, I think it's 19 long. So maybe
It would fit like in one of these long things, easy.
How wide
Actually,
is
it would
it?
probably fit right in here, honestly, 19.
Okay, it's only 9 blocks wide as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10.
9. It would fit here perfectly.
It would fit like right here too. And not
right here?
I think so. I'm just eyeballing, but I think so.
This is 20 blocks, so that's not going to work for me.
Oh. Well, maybe you should have thought of that when you designed this place.
Who designed this?
Yeah,
Whose idea was this?
Good question. Who did design this?
It's a perfect design with no flaws.
Okay, all right. Ooh, I did find a thing. These need to be Magina. Ah!
I saw that.
Dude, did you put these back?
Huh?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're so mean. Okay, I think this is all done. The only thing is we just need to put the patterns in the terminals and then put the stripey blocks in.
Stripey blocks. I put so many stripey blocks in, you have no idea.
I know how many I've done.
Like one because you broke it probably or something.
I forgot the magenta lines in the central atrium. Oh, out here. Yeah, because this is a new development. I fixed though.
Is this a warranty repair?
It is a warranty repair.
Great.
We just need to put the Magina blocks down here.
Magina?
Uh-huh.
Is that how you actually say it?
I mean, how do you say magenta?
Stop.
I think it was B-double-O who I heard say Magina once. And ever since then, I just keep saying it.
I see.
Okay, I think we're good now.
What the... What?
But what?
What is this?
What is what?
Unacceptable.
You fixed it.
What?
Hey, calm yourself. You're so mean and violent.
I only know one way to solve my problems.
Gosh.
I only have one social mechanism for problem solving.
Okay.
All right. So what's the game plan? So you set this up. You're going to figure out how it works.
I thought we were going to figure out how it works.
We can figure out how it
together.
works. Wow. Will you hold my hand?
That's weird. But
I'm not going to help. Okay, but okay.
But okay.
All right. And he wonders why I'm violent. What?
I feel sorry for the servers that make just us mad. I thought he said viewers for a second there. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, there's no viewers remaining that made me mad.
That's got to be true.
All dead. Every one of them. Okay. So you added a, what's this guy? HV input bus.
Well, okay, let's
we just-
test it. All we got to do is just throw some sort of a dust in there that turns into a hot ingot.
Aluminum dust.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw aluminum dust. Can you watch and see how fast?
I watch and see how fast.
It doesn't go. Oh, it probably needs a circuit number.
Oh, yeah, it would be number 2 if we're doing the fluids.
We don't have fluids, though, so we need to bring AE over here.
True. My plan was foiled. Where is AE? Where are you, AE? Wherefore art thou, AE? Oh, this is going to take a minute. Can we, like, use the building gadget?
I have tried. I haven't found a way to...
I'm doing it?
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Dang it. That'd be super neat.
Yeah, you can use cut and paste, but I think because the item and the tile entity are two different entity IDs,
Yeah.
it doesn't know how to convert them.
But while you're running that, I can hook up all of these terminals that I installed.
Fun!
I'm an installer. Oops. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, what did I just do? What the heck? I'm sure you noticed, but we didn't actually say anything about it, but that room is super tall now.
Oh, very cool. I didn't notice.
Unbelievable.
Look, subtleties aren't my thing. Ask my wife.
I bet you didn't even notice I got my hair cut today. Just kidding.
You have hair?
No.
This place is so big, it's disorienting.
It really is.
Have I been here?
Oh, I think it went too far. Okay, there's far too many terminals in here. Everything connected?
I think so.
DME wires, it's all connected, man. Did you just make that sound?
What sound?
I just heard a Discord you got message sound.
Uh-uh.
Oh. Okay. All right, cool. I think everything is connected underneath, so all these terminals should be fully operational. They look so
Sweet. Then we just need to hook up the...
awesome. Oh, these aren't connected. I think that was the only terminals that weren't connected.
Sweet. My aluminum is gone. And I didn't get to see how fast it was.
Well, you didn't even give me a chance to be like, okay, I'll look.
Yeah, I forgot to hook it up. Or I forgot not to hook it up. What I'm going to do is actually do Naquadah. Since we are burning that as power, we're going to constantly need it. So let me just find out how fast it is over here.
Oh, these aren't hooked up either. Gee, dang it.
Let's do Inderium, since it takes 7 seconds in the current blast furnace at UV.
7 seconds? That's basically an eternity.
I mean, in this pack, 7 seconds adds up quick.
It really does. You give me just a heads up before you do it, I will...
Yep.
Oh, this one isn't hooked up either! Just when I thought I got everything all hooked up, I go and screw it up by not hooking everything up.
Not hypno screwing something up.
Nope.
Never hypno.
I don't think I've ever claimed that I was perfect, though.
But I thought you were perfect.
I mean, in your eyes, I might be perfect, but I never claimed that I was. Do you think I'm perfect?
No.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel, then.
Nope. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
They're already hurt now that you won't tell me your real feelings about it. I am almost done filling up the blank patterns in these terminals I installed earlier. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Zoom, zoom. I think I'm done. I think every one of these terminals now has full blank patterns. Okay.
Sweet.
I'm ready.
Okay. I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 stacks of Inderium dust. I'm going to put it in here as quickly as I can. Ready?
You know how to like shift double click it so they all go in at the same time?
Except for the stack that stays on your mouse.
If you use a different stack to do it, like your torches or something.
Oh, dude. I didn't know you could do that. All right. Ready?
Yep. 64 and 3.35, 256 and 13.4 seconds.
Whoa.
That seems a little bit faster than 7 seconds per.
7 seconds per, yeah, is what it was before. So that's way fast.
Poof! 256 hot ingots go in the thing all at once.
Now that could be a problem.
Potentially.
Yeah, we might need to... Okay, I mean, if we're doing crafting patterns, though, they're going to go into the freezer as a crafting pattern as well, right? So, because that'll be part of how they're made.
Well, I think one of the biggest problems we were seeing is that we had like 30 different unique items coming in, and like it can only swap to a different new unique item every so often. So if like we're taking 13 seconds to create 256, I think we don't have that problem anymore.
Okay, that is true. I don't think that's the whole story because the hotter the ingot or whatever, the longer it takes to cool. And typically, the longer it takes to craft, the longer it takes to cool as
But
well.
if it's
Although they're
swapping
not,
to fewer different types, I think that's part of the problem, though.
it is. It definitely is part of
Yeah,
the problem
yeah.
because we're wasting. I don't know. We'll call it. We're wasting like a couple ticks per item switch, and then we're wasting like a couple seconds per like whole inventory reorganization switch thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, you're right. You're right. I think it's just waiting on the thing to swap to a new ME terminal thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I still think, I mean, if we're going to change it to recipes anyway, I think we should just make the hot ingot part of the recipe so that we're not having to wait for it to auto pick it up and then auto craft it because it'll still save some time.
So you're thinking we swap everything to pattern crafting?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing.
I think so. I mean, shoot, those Enderium take 7 seconds over there, and we're doing 13 for 256. That's 13 seconds for 256 is almost one every tick.
I mean, it's significantly faster. Like, however much faster it is, I don't know, but it's like 128 times faster, basically. Yeah, we're basically making 128 ingots, and that for every 1 ingot we make over here.
All right, every ingot right now takes 134 ticks. Yeah, so we're doing 13 seconds worth, which would otherwise take almost 2,000 seconds. So yeah, I think it makes sense to swap over and do everything as crafting, because then we also don't need to keep as much in stock.
Nope. Well, yes, you're right. If
I mean,
the
for things
system
that make
knows how to
sense-
make new stuff, that's gonna make it a lot easier on us too.
Yeah, because we won't have to keep. I mean, we'll still keep some in stock, especially for the slower ones, but we won't need to keep 5,000 of every actually more than 15, 20,000 of every single ingot in stock.
And we can play it by ear. Maybe some things we need to keep higher stocks of or whatever, but
Yeah, and we can always, and then the requester makes those really easy too. We don't have to then go find the blast furnace and then go find the level emitter and change the thing. And
yeah, that's
then
the thing
wait.
that drives me crazy. It's like, okay, I had to do that earlier. It's like, where's titanium carbide? I don't know. Let's look at every single blast furnace now.
Yep. Well, if look up the Omnic Forge, if you look up the pattern for that guy and you try and craft it, I was doing that for every single one of these ingots, and I only got through about half of them. Not even.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. So yeah, I think swapping to manual crafting. I think we can also leave these guys in place. They're not hurting anything, but eventually we'll free up the space once they're no longer like helpful. And there's a couple in here that are doing passive things that won't probably go into the other guy, but there's very few of those.
So here's the question. Do we make it the patterns so they all provide the fluid with it, or do we just leave it as is where we just provide the hot ingot and have the stocking bus with all the different fluids? Or the stocking hatch?
Providing the fluid, I could go either way. For me, I'd like to provide the fluid.
Okay.
But that makes it a lot more complicated.
Does it make it more complicated? Well, okay, it will make it stupid with the pattern buffer because that thing tends to break.
Yeah, we can't use the pattern buffer. And then the other component of that, though, is that you need to provide a different input hatch for every circuit number. Most are going to be like circuit number 2, I think, right?
Yeah, I think like 99% of them are circuit 2.
Yeah, but then that means you need to use the multi-input hatch deal, and you need to provide the item back to the interface that crafted it, and I don't know if you can do that.
No, I think I honestly believe doing the stocking input hatch and just provide the ingots and just say everything's number 2.
Okay.
And then if we have like a separate number, then we just provide it to a separate input.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
That way we don't have to deal with sub networks. We don't have to deal with the dual input hatches.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
The only issues that it might create is basically a fluid runs out and it's unable to craft. So we'll need to figure out, we'll need to make sure that that doesn't become an issue for us. But I think we already have that problem today. The difference is we're going through the fluids really slowly right now. right? We're going to be going through, potentially thousands of buckets of some of those fluids, like in a few seconds.
Oh, true, because we're going to be making it way faster and using more of that at a time, especially on large batch crafts.
Yep. So that's the only reason I say having the fluids as a craft is helpful, because then it will show you in the interface, right? But I don't know if that's a good enough benefit to warrant doing it.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because, yeah, the worst thing that happens, it's not like it's going to make the wrong item. Then we shouldn't do it. But it's not going to do that. It's just going to not make anything, which is probably fine. I think the only exception I would make is anything we're doing for power gen should still remain passive, like on one of these.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
So the Nequadria or whatever that's over here. And there's a handful. There's like, I want to say there's 6 of these blast furnaces that are required for power gen right now. I think those are the only ones that we really don't want to mess with, because we don't want a fluid being out and a blocked craft to block power gen.
Agreed.
So otherwise, I think that's the right path. So then the question is really, okay, we leave all this in place. We're not going to tear it down right now, but do we set up like a pattern for every hot ingot and then set a pattern for every cooling of every hot ingot? Because there are some ingots that I think originally we were using those, what are they called? The fluid blast furnaces. There's only a handful of items that can only be made that way. I think everything else can be made in this one.
I don't think we need to make a pattern for the cool ingots. Well, I guess we have to.
I mean, we don't have to. We can let it return the hot ingot to the system and then wait for it to populate itself when it's done.
But that means that every time we make a pattern for one of these, we have to manually change it so the dust makes the full ingot. We can't just shift click from GEI.
Right.
So that's going to make that annoying.
True.
So
honestly, and that's more annoying than it is just to make 2 patterns. I'd rather just make 2 patterns, because then you just look at uses of hot ingot and make the other pattern.
And if we do that, then our hot ingots never back up as well.
Yeah,
so it's actually dual benefit.
And in fact, on that note, I might even then say we have, because we're going to have for power gen, we're going to keep these blast furnaces around. I think then we maybe even have a dedicated freezer for power gen too, so we also can't block that guy.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
And that kind of becomes the only need we have for these old blast furnaces.
These things are old and busted.
Dude, I'm so tired of these. Every time I had to set one up, I'm like, no, can I work on anything else? Please, anything.
And it wasn't until like we got to this point that I started setting up like 4 or 8 more at a time. Now we get a whole bunch of ones that we're never going to use.
Yeah, thanks for all the hard work.
I mean, it was a hard copy pasta, I guess, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so I think that's the plan. And so honestly, I think we just create a pattern for every hot ingot, and then we create a pattern for every cold ingot. I don't know how you want to say that. And we just put those in there, and then we see how things go from here, because that'll help a lot in actually getting towards this Omnic Forge, because there's so many ingots, dude. I don't even want to touch it. So do you want to do that?
Wait, do you want to do that? Do you mean, do I want to make all the patterns for all the things?
No, we'll work together on it.
Okay,
you
okay.
can make one and I'll make the other.
Yeah.
And just set it up today, or like, how do we want to do this? Or do you want to just do a handful, or like, what do you want to do?
I feel like the sooner we swap everything over, the better it's going to be. Okay. I mean, we can just do it one at a time, but like, we're going to end up with like 50 here, 50 there, and then it's just never going to be all switched.
And I think it's going to be easy, because I thought about doing this for like wires and plates and all those. Just make every pattern that's possible at the current power tier, and then just go from there. So I think that's what we do. So do you want to work on the hot ingot or the cold ingot? And I'll work on the opposite.
I'll work on the hot ingots, like making the dust into the hot ingot.
Okay, and then we're only skipping what, 2 types of ingots? Anything that would be UHV tier, higher than UHV tier, we'd have to skip.
Oh, you're talking about making every pattern for everything.
I mean, why not, right? Even if we don't need it yet, we're gonna need it eventually, and we're gonna have to make it, and then we're gonna have to put it in the thing. It's gonna take longer, right?
I don't know. Like I don't know how many different things. Okay, so there's some ingots for stuff that we still haven't used, and it's really early game. Do we set those up? I mean I kind of feel like we just set up the ones that we already have, honestly.
Okay. It will take you probably longer to figure out what we have than it will to just make everything.
How many hot ingots are there? Oh, actually, that's not that many. It feels like we have a lot of them. The only problem I will see with this...
There are 66 hot ingots.
That's hot. The only problem I see with this is how will we know if we have it set up or not?
If we have what set up or not.
Like the stuff, the dust.
I mean, when we try and craft something and it doesn't work, it won't work, right? And we'll have to fix that, but we won't have to, like, we won't have to build the whole end-to-end chain.
I see. Okay.
That's up to you. We can look around this room and write down what it is and then go over and make the thing and then go, I don't know, note somehow that you've done that one and go to the next one. But I feel like that's going to take more time than it is just to make every pattern.
I'm going through and bookmarking every single hot ingot.
Oh, if you hold A and then just drag your mouse across the screen, or whatever your bookmark button is.
Does it do that? What happens if you go over extra ones?
It won't add the same thing twice.
So then I can just like spam it and make sure.
That's right.
Okay, I think I got them all. Yeah, make the sounds too.
Thanks. I'm glad you did that.
You're welcome.
Very nice. Very helpful.
I did that specifically for you.
Thanks. Okay, so are you gonna make the hot ingot itself recipe or the cold ingot?
The dust into the hot ingot.
Okay, so I will make the freezer recipe.
Okay.
Okay.
And break. All right, Chad. So we have a long, boring road ahead. I hope you guys are prepared for this. So we need to go to the number 2, shift click, remove. What I should do actually, well, I already know we have helium over there. What I was going to say is what I should do is bookmark every single fluid that we have and just ensure, I'll do it, and just ensure that it is over there. Let me just bring this all the way up to here. Okay, so we get rid of the
freezer
fluid.
recipe. Am I including the fluid?
No, I don't think so. I think we can just provide the fluid to the freezer.
Okay.
Unless you really want to. I mean, if we can avoid having dual hatches, I think that's probably better.
I agree. Do I include the byproduct gas? No, probably not.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Okay, so hot europium, done. Hot holmium. This is using a krypton. I know for sure that was added, but again, we'll just add it here just to make doubly sure. Get rid of that. New pattern. Hot holmium. Hot iridium. The number 2 recipe is one that we want. Argon. Add. Here. Get rid of it. Make the pattern. Boom. Iridium. Niobium. This one. Helium we already have up there. Get rid of it. This. That. Osmium. Nope. Get rid of this. That was argon, right? Argon. Yeah, we already got that. That goes there. This goes here. Palladium. So this is nitrogen. Get rid of it. Doop. Palladium. Rhodium. This uses helium. Yep. Ruthenium. Helium, we already have that. Boop. Samarium. Okay, so that one's done. Hot terbium. Neon. Titanium. That uses helium. We already got that up there. Tungsten. vanadium. Yttrium. There's only one recipe and no fluid for this one. Naquada. Argon. Where to get argon up there? You won't want the magnetic Sumerian. Wait, is there another way to make that? Hold on a second. Let's go back. Recipe. Oh, there's 4 different recipes. Look at that. Good call. Good call. Hot and aquadom. Hot enriched. Let's use. Wait, there's 3 recipes here. Yeah, we're doing this one. Do we do both recipes? No, that would be confusing if we got 2 different ways to make it, I think. It'd be confusing for the system. So, enriched naquada makes that. I think we're good. Hot naquadria ingot. We want this one. That was argon. Trinium. This one. Argon. Nichrome. Niobium nitride ingot. Niobium titanium. What was this one? Black bronze. This is using nitrogen. Where do you have that? Hot RTM alloy, helium. Reridit, argon, ultimate, hot vanadium gallium. That was argon once again. Hot yttrium, argon. That was yttrium barium. Yttrium barium cuprate? Yeah, this one. Okay. So now we got hot osmiridium. This one. Boom, boom. Got it. Tungsten carbide. This was the one we were hunting for earlier. Hot magnesium diboride ingot. Nitrogen. Hot mercury barium calcium cuprate ingot. Nitrogen. Hot uranium triplatinum. Helium. Hot samarium iron arsenic oxide, whatever. I don't know. Long word is long. Hot indium, tin, barium, whatever. Boop, beep, beep, beep. That was argon. We already got that one. Uranium, rhodium. That's argon as well. Argon. Blank pattern. Ruthenium, tritium, americium, neutronate ingot. This is using neon. So this is a new fluid that we haven't. No, we already did. Never mind. Not a new fluid. Old fluid. Nobody cares about it. Hot black steel. This is nitrogen. Hot tungsten steel. Helium. This is hot naquadah alloy. This is using argon. Yep, argon. Hot rhodium plated aluminum palladium dust. Argon. Hot red steel ingot. Nitrogen. Hot blue steel. Nitrogen. Hot HSSG. Helium. Hot HSSE. Argon. Hot HSSS. Argon. Hot tantalum carbide ingot. Helium. Hot molybdenum disilicide. So that is using helium. Xeron 100, helium again. Watertight steel, helium. Hot Inconalloy MA956 ingot. Oops, get rid of that. All right. Argon. Hastalloy's argon as well. Stellite 100 argon. Oops. Okay, so I got 2 inventories worth of this stuff we got to figure out. Hot argon. That's right. I don't know why we came all the way over here to do the patterns. I guess we were just over there. So now the question is, pattern boofer. I think we're gonna need 3 of these minimum. So if I shift click this, that goes down here. So let's do that. So if I shift click here, nope, that goes the wrong way. So I shift click from here over, so it keeps them in order. There we go. And then we do this. Oh, I screwed up. There we go. Don't screw up again. These all need to be on number 2. And this is, what is this thing called? Rotary hearth furnace. EBF. Multi-block. Number 2. Yep. Did I do hot stellite 100 or was, I don't remember what the last one was that I did. Hot stellite 100, it was. All right, get rid of that. So now we're on hot titanium carbide ingot. So this is helium. Hot titanium tungsten carbide. Argon. Hastily C276 ingot argon. Hot cryolubus. Ooh. I think we're doing this one. So make sure we add that up here. I'm pretty sure we already have that. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. Okay. Cryolubus and steel. This is helium. Krypton. I think we wanted this one. For the crystal matrix, this is neon. We already have neon as well. Manulin, argon. Signalum is helium. What is this one? Lumium, helium. And Derium is krypton. We have that already. And finally, mithril, primal mana. That doesn't use a number, but I think we can put that into a number 2 and it won't matter. Mithril. Okay, so these are all the fluids that we have, and I think that should line up with what I already put over here. But there were a couple of other recipes. Okay, so helium, we have it. Krypton, we have it. Argon, we have it. Nitrogen, we have it. Neon, right there. Cetane boosted diesel, we have that. And primal mana, we have it. Okay, so that's the only thing that matters to me. All the recipes I just made uses those fluids. Those fluids are already provided. We're good for all those recipes. So that means we can easily come down here, connect this all up, and everything should just work as described. So if I tell this to make hot vanadium, hot nichrome ingot, make 100. Do it. Did it just do it? Dang. That is fast. Aren't some of those number 1? I don't think any of those are number 1. Like the Naquita alloy ingot? That's a number 2. You can do no. I mean, it's essentially the same thing, right? The number 2 just signifies use the thing, use the gas, but like the recipe's the same. This is much faster than a blast furnace. Oh, very much so. I think we were seeing over the blast furnace area. Enderium. Oh, upstairs. So hot enderium ingot right now is taking 7 seconds per single ingot.
For 41 months. Sup Hypno.
Yo, Lurch, hey, welcome back, dude. Thank you for the 41 months. Yeah, so this is taking about 7 seconds per singular ingot. Now, if we come over here and I tell it to make hot enderium ingot, 256. Do it. It's doing 143 in 13 seconds.
Ready to test, I would like to test with enderium ingots before I set everything up over here.
So you can see that's significantly faster because we are doing single ingots. No, I'm here. I'm just talking. Okay. We were doing single ingots at about 7 seconds each, and this is like over 100 ingots at 13 seconds, right? So it's like way, way, way faster. Yo, Lurch, thank you so much again for the 41 months. Welcome back. Appreciate you, dude. Okay, I am ready.
Okay. Do you want to throw hot or the recipe for hot Enderium ingots in?
Now,
Or have you already-
if we're testing that, I need to do like the cooled ingot.
The cooled ingot.
Yep.
What do you mean?
I'm not supposed to be doing hot ingots. I'm supposed to be doing the cool one if we're testing the entire recipe chain, right?
Yes, I've already done the cool side of that.
So you want me to make 256 Enderium ingots?
Yep.
Okay, so that's gonna make the hot ingots, all the dust, put it through here. Okay, I'm gonna do it now. Ready?
Do it.
Doing it.
Do it.
Oh, replan. Do it. Okay, it's going. 208 and 13.40 seconds. I told it 256, but you know.
Just decided to do 208.
And now it's doing 48 more.
Okay, I did 209 over here at once, and they're done. Those went through so fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
that's
is
amazing.
so much faster.
Holy cow. All right, I'm going to start filling up all my recipes then.
Yeah, all of my recipes are in here. This thing is ready to go from my side, but
Okay, I hadn't thrown them in because I did something a little funny over here.
like funny haha or funny like
Funny, haha, Hypno's not going to like this, haha.
how many sub networks did you do?
Look, I created no new subnetworks.
Yeah, it's fast, but would not be much more of a power drain. No. This thing should be like the same as a regular blast furnace, right?
It's the same efficiency, it's just more spiky in usage. Right? So if you were to graph it, it would be all the way to the ceiling for about 13 seconds and then go back. Which now that we've solved our power storage problem, shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think this is way better off than having like random handfuls of these furnaces turning on and off all the time. But I don't know.
I agree. Okay, mine are all in as well.
I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to request 3,000 Enderium ingots.
Ruh-roh.
There goes. It did 118. Now it's doing 256.
Why did it do so few?
I think because it's crafting the dust. We don't have enough dust pre-crafted for it or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
And now it's doing 256. So maybe, maybe that's a problem with having some of the dust pre-crafted. I don't know.
I mean, is it a problem though?
I don't know if it is a problem.
Because
Like-
I think it still ties up the machine for the same number of ticks.
Well, I mean, it's splitting one recipe, 256, 13 seconds length into two
yeah,
different
it is.
recipes.
Yeah, it is rounding down. Up. It's rounding up.
But whatever it is, it's splitting that 256 that it could have been one 13-second thing into like a 26-second thing. Because it's got to do two separate instances.
Oh, I see. I see.
Which in the grand scheme of things probably doesn't matter.
I mean, you could just take the recipe inside that furnace and multiply it to always get you the minimum that you want to start with.
I guess that's true.
If it becomes a problem, I think we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to do with that one tool, so.
Yep. So, okay. So everything here is set up. RL seems to think there's going to be issues. I'm sure we're going to run into something. I don't really want to think about every single possible scenario that could go wrong though right now, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of research.
Yeah, as issues crop up, we'll tackle them.
Exactly. Because, dude, like, we could spend way more time trying to think about the problems. RL, you have the experience, so you've probably experienced those problems. We will have to uncover them as they come. So I'm not too worried about. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not going to dig into all that.
Is this thing just going so fast that I'm not seeing the ingots come in?
Yes. It's doing 256 in under a second.
Like it's doing 256 in what feels like a tick.
It might be.
Oh, you know what? No, I'm waiting 13 seconds between.
Yeah, I'll pause the machine and then let's wait for some hot ingots to build up.
Hot.
Oh no, now we can't tell. They're all okay, it's fine. So then
You can just disable show crafted.
oh, that's true.
I assume you're talking about the terminal.
Yep.
I'm not seeing anything but like these 2 ingots in here. But I see 25 more hot ingots in the system, so I don't understand.
Oh, they're probably stuck in the crafting CPU being stored.
It shows there's 27 Enderium in there, but it's only
because we're
shows
below the threshold probably for the one upstairs. Still. Let me see. Yeah, the blast furnace upstairs is still making Enderium, that's why.
But I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. Like I can see there's 29 hot Enderium ingots inside our ME system. This terminal doesn't show those ingots. This ME stocking input does not show them. You're right. I don't like what you've done here.
I didn't think you would. But go ahead and turn the machine back on. And then you can see how fast they go.
But do you not see the problem?
No.
Look in here. The ME stocking input bus.
Mm-hmm.
You see how there's only one type of ingot there?
There's a pattern in progress, and it's taking all of them and throwing them into the left input bus here.
So I see 558.
Yes.
But if I look in the system, I see that there's 37 more.
They're probably reserved by the craft. They're not being exposed right now. So if you turn the machine back on.
This is going to be a nightmare, I feel like, to debug.
It's not. Just turn the machine back on and it'll all recover. So 17 ticks for each 256.
But there's still 41. Okay, now they've gone away. I don't understand what's going on, but sure. I'm confused.
So because you have a craft in progress, the crafting CPU is preventing those items from being exported. That's how like export buses don't like mess up in progress crafts and stuff. Anyway, all I did is take the setup that we had for the fluid 2 ingot and made it work for items. That's the only difference.
Shouldn't this be like a really simple thing? Like just pattern buffers? Like I don't understand why we're doing a subnetwork. Can you explain why this is so complex and not just a simple pattern provider to an input bus kind of thing?
Because this machine has a bunch of input stuff on it, and I didn't want to mess with what's already working.
I just feel like you've added like super complexity to something that feels simple.
Anything about how this works. It's working exactly the way it's always worked. I've done.
Oh, because we still have the other things that are still making ingots, I guess, right?
I didn't add a subnet. All that was already here. All I did was add the inputs.
Which ones did you add?
We'll just call it the 2 on the left because I'm going to remove 2 of them because we don't actually need them.
I see. Yeah, I forgot that we had all this stuff set up previously.
Yeah, I looked at it and I went, because if I hook something else up and we have this one that's doing the ingot casting mold, and I was just like, no, I will just plug it all in the same way. And that's why I wanted to test the Enderium ingot, make sure it worked, because in theory it would, but yes, it does work.
I kind of want to like delete all this and set it up so they all just work with regular patterns. It feels like this is over complicated since we're doing it through AE now and not just checking what's in the system. But,
Except we're not doing everything with AE yet.
Yet.
So until I know what I'm gonna break,
Yeah,
you
no,
want to
that's
break
fair.
it and then
That's
you
fair.
get to debug and fix it later. Go for it. But
That's
I'm not
fair.
touching it.
Okay. I'm glad you did this part, not me, because I would have like just ripped it all out.
Yeah, and then we would have discovered something that stopped working that we forgot about because it's too complicated.
I'm just glad that you did it, not me.
I did it. Anyway, so this is great, and it's also keeping up better than it was. There is one thing I really want to try that I've been thinking about for the last like couple weeks, and I've not talked about it because it's really a scary idea. But let's come up to the yellow room.
I'm already scared.
Yeah, you should be. Okay, actually, let's take a look. Let's take a gander at the pink room really quick. How many blast furnaces do we have on? 1, 2, 2. Okay, so these are all sitting between their low and their high threshold. Now, if we go into the yellow room and we disconnect our storage drives, everything is going to go to 0, which is going to trigger these all to turn on.
Yep.
I'm just surprised this hasn't been an issue before.
Click it. Do it. Let's see it happen.
Boop, I did it.
Oh my god. Blinky lights everywhere.
And boop, I did it again. And now, how are we doing? Everything look good?
I think so. I don't see any flashy lights.
Sweet.
Not everything's on though, which is kind of weird if you think about it.
It is kind of weird. Oh, we got blinky.
Yeah, blinky light. We cannot support this power.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that I've been terrified that we might accidentally do that for weeks. But now, in theory, we have the power throughput to support this. We just need to add more output buses on our power storage here.
Can we put it back so these things turn off?
No, it's not. Now they're between their threshold and they're trying to get to the top one. So no, it can't be stopped until they fulfill the request.
Can't stop, won't stop?
That's right. But I'm going to solve this problem without the blinky lights by moving all the output buses from all of our batteries to the one battery that we have.
One battery to rule them all. I am so scared for our blast for our ingot cooler right now.
Oh, that is scary.
It seems to be keeping up though, but I'm scared for it.
Now I'm scared for it.
And you being scared for it makes me even more scared for it.
Don't worry, I fixed the problem.
Poor K how? Oh. Now we get more machines turning on? Oh, do you need more plugs?
I have plugs.
You have plug.
That ought to do it.
Time to drain 4 days. 13 days.
Sweet. So we have the power to support it. Amazing. Incredible.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
That's just big numbers. Big number go burr. So now like all the lights on? No.
No, but no more flicker.
That's good.
That is good. I saw it.
Okay, I wasn't the only one.
Oh, he finished.
Silver Lightning just resubscribed for 75 months.
Yeah.
Yo, Silver Lightning, welcome back, dude. Thank you for the 75 months. What up?
I said, sweet. I'm going to go tear down some substations.
Are you sure? We never decided where we're going to put them.
That's true.
Now, the question I have, these capacitors, do they retain power when you break them?
That's a great question.
Like, are
And
they stacking in your inventory or are they non-stacking?
Well, these were all empty, so they're not a good test. We'll have to set up a substation to test, probably. We'll do that really quick.
Building a gadget. Oh, I might have just filled in too much there. Oh, now you did it.
What does it need? Might need an output hatch. I might need to steal an output hatch for a second.
How do you not have that in your inventory? Didn't you tear down like 3 of these?
I had input hatches, but not output hatches.
Weird.
I put all the output hatches on the other guy. Okay. Oop, I need to form this guy again, or our whole base has no power. No power.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's fine. Okay. So then we just take, what, a flux point, plug it in here, bloop, and change this to moneymakers. Okay. Give it a little bit of a charge.
I mean, that should be enough for us to tell. Well, it doesn't even say it's got any stored.
That's because it's all going into the output hatch for now. So we're going to have to destroy a couple million FE. It's fine. EU, a couple million EU.
Okay, now it's going in. Okay, now we can turn it off.
Okay, turn it off.
Destroy the plug.
Off.
Okay, so question. Do these things retain the power within them?
I break, you break.
I'll break. Or does that power retain within the multi-block? So these all stack, so there's no power within these. There can't be. Now, if we place these back, do we have 0 power inside? It's stored within the multi-block. Okay.
Okay, good thing you tested that.
Yeah, that's one thing that it's been really worrying me.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll build the other one with the extra capacitor that we have, and we'll transfer the power from one to the other before we tear down this first one.
Yeah. Okay.
That won't be too hard.
Probably better do it now. Can you cut paste? Maybe. Let's try it.
Yeah, let's do it. I think you probably can.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do me a favor, when you cut it, rotate it and then paste it as well, so we can test that, because it'll probably need to be rotated.
Rotate it and paste it. Got it. Okay, so cut. Bye-bye. Rotate.
Yeah, the Greg machines have been really good about cut and paste.
Y level up, down. Confirm.
You won't
paste.
have to adjust the Y level as much if you always right-click on the lowest block possible instead of crouch right-clicking.
I retained it.
Good. Okay. Easy.
Watch, it works now, but like when we go and actually set it up for realsies, it won't work. Now, is there any benefit to using the rest of our capacitors that we made in that machine and making it bigger?
I don't think so. I think it's just a negative because they draw power, right?
Does that increase, like the more capacitors, does that increase the throughput? Does it do anything?
No, the throughput is determined entirely by the input and output hatches.
So that's specifically only for the maximum value that the thing can hold.
That's right. And that maximum value is what determines the loss over time.
It seems kind of short-sighted. because that means that you could just have a 1-layer thick capacitor thing that holds like a stupid amount of power, and that just looks stupid.
I'm pretty sure this pack is modified to this specific capacitor with a couple extra zeros.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because I don't think this is the default.
Okay. Yeah, that was what we were trying to figure out. RL is we didn't know if it was the capacitors that were storing the power like a battery, or if it was just increasing the internal multi-blocks power limit.
Yeah, so it's probably stored on the power substation block itself. If we were to break that, actually, we should test that.
Yep.
If I break this substation block,
then game over, man.
And put it back. No more power.
No
Bye-bye.
power. Bye-bye.
So be very careful with a wrench around this guy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No wrenches.
I'm going to wrench it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to wrench it. So we should remove the green capacitors and lower this to 1 layer? Potentially?
I think we should.
It looks lame, though. I hate it.
You can fill it with empty capacitors, the white ones.
But it still looks lame. Can we put the red one in the center and then like surround it with green or something? I don't know.
If you want.
It'd be all Christmassy up in here. Yeah, I don't really care, honestly. We're never going to look at this thing. Like, it's going to be, it just stores our power in big whoop. If it was like the Dragon Ball, the Draconic Evolution thing, like, sure.
Yeah, right.
It's not. It's boring.
Anyway. Okay. So we know what we're doing with power eventually. So we just need to figure out where we're going to build those. I think we're going to do, well, I don't know. The question is, are we building 4 or are we building more of those Naquita reactors?
I think
each one produces a little over double what we're doing right now.
It's 33 million per.
Yeah, and that doesn't feel like enough.
How much is enough? When is enough, Jassassin?
Never.
Should we dedicate like the northeast corner of the base to that? Like the last big room?
This is, I think, where we're going to build the big assembly line thing.
Oh.
Because we have the big blast furnace and then the big assembly line, I think. That's what would make sense to me. The other thing is we also have the Omnic Forge.
Another option is we could forego the grassy nature area, since this kind of feels like a bust. In the center portion of this, and like maybe make something out here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe leave the grass patches around the building or something.
Yeah, we also have this big room.
Which big room? Oh, that
north.
It's kind of hidden by the trees.
Yeah. That we haven't built out, but we could also do power gen in here.
Yeah. Okay. The only problem I see with that is just like, where do we put the substation? It just doesn't feel like it has a place in a room that's like this. Like, I can see the Naquita reactors 2x2 all the way down. Like one across the walkway, like in pairs or whatever, but I don't see where we put the substation.
I see. So you want like a corner to put it in or something? Something not symmetric, or
I don't
centralized? Because like if we go into this room next door, this purple one, we could throw it in the corner, but like, is that really what we want? Or
I don't know. Like, if I want it to be more grandiose than what it is, and it's so small.
Right? Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Monifactory had Draconic Evolution.
I mean, with how small it is, we could just literally throw it in the basement and just like never even look at it or something.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I do like looking at it. I like looking at the numbers.
I know you do.
So
I just wish it looked cooler. It says substation. I was expecting like big power lines and whatever, like an actual substation, but
yeah, there's also the power transformer thing, and I was looking at that, and it's just as lame. Like, why can't everything look like the vacuum freezer? That's like the only multi-block that I really like.
Well, I don't know. The new blast furnace multi-block looks pretty cool.
That does look pretty cool. And actually, this air collector looks pretty cool as well.
What does that one look like? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one looks good.
A little rusty looking, but it's fine.
Is this... Oh, that could be upgraded, but I don't think that matters. Yeah. The thing, yeah.
Can you do computer craft to see the numbers? I'm pretty sure you can. It requires a few add-ons that aren't, like, blessed by the pack author, so I haven't really looked into it past that.
Wait, for GregTech, we might be able to just wrap it as a device. I don't know. I haven't tried.
Yeah.
AE doesn't work, but maybe GregTech would.
No, I think it requires an add-on to be able to interact with it.
I might try.
I was looking at this was a couple months ago. I was looking at it though, and I think after we installed computer graphics, because I think I did the same thing you did, and I was like, well, shoot, can't do anything with this. Anyway, okay. Well, we're a little ways anyway away from getting those power generators set up, because we still need to make the Omnic Forge. Actually, we should check Omnic Forge. How much closer are we? We're a lot closer than we were.
I'm just trying something here. Yeah.
I think it needs to be nestled against the building.
Yeah, I was just trying it. Just kind of matching the walkway below. There's no way that would look good, like... if we have that's just floaty through here. But I want to try it just to see. I can undo or whatever, so it's not a big deal.
What if we did like this?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it'd be better, like, if these walkways, instead of being, like, that color, maybe if they were, like, a glax.
Glax.
I'm gonna undo what I just did here. As far as this thing will let me undo.
Jevin raided my stream with 110 viewers.
That's only the amount that'll do. Yo, Jevin, thanks for the raid, dude! Welcome, raiders from Jevin's stream.
The Grumpy Bunny just resubscribed for 19 months. Hi from Jev's stream.
Hello, the Grumpy Bunny. Welcome. Thank you for joining us over here. We're playing some crazy modded Minecraft action with Jassassin.
I did it.
You did it. All right, so that's all gone now. How goes the stream? It goes pretty good. Yeah, we are okay. Well, let me take you on a little bit of a tour here. Just one moment while I say hello to the raiders. So we have a bunch of electric blast furnaces here. Each one is designed for its own specific ingot, like hot samarium ingot. We're making those in here, for instance, right? Every new ingot has like its own blast furnace. That's why there's so many of them in this room. And then we've overflowed over to here. Earlier in this stream, we set up the new and improved blast furnace. If we come down here to the new portion of the wing, this is like the mother of all blast furnaces. So basically, all of the recipes that we have will be done in this thing.
Gifted 10 subs.
Yo, Kel! Hey, thanks so much for the 10 gifties. This guy can do 256 recipes at once. So, like, we've already shown this a few times. But for instance, if I do Enderium ingots over here, let's just make 1,000 of them. If I do Enderium ingots, we take a look here. You can see we're doing 129 of them in 13.40 seconds. In the other furnaces, we were doing these at about 1 per 7 seconds. So, like, you can see it just went to 256 for 13 seconds. This is significantly faster for something like this. Like, this is crazy good. Kel, Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so anyway, we're kind of like building this into the new wing. We went around, hooked up all of our AE terminals and things like that. And now Jasas and I are kind of discussing where we're going to put our new power system and power generation. So that's where we are. All right. So we didn't decide where the power is going to go, like the substation. Are we going to tuck it under somewhere, or are we going to put it somewhere? What do you think?
I don't know. I having a hard time because I think the thing that's bothering me is we're actually still pretty far away from being able to do that.
What do you mean do that?
To be able to make the big reactors.
Oh, how far away are we? I haven't even looked.
We need to make the Omnic Forge.
Right. So we're blocked by the Omnic Forge to make this thing.
Yeah, we're blocked by the Omnic Forge for all progression right now, I believe.
Okay, so what is the holdup on the Omnic Forge?
Okay, if you look at the multi-block craft for it, Omnic, it's the one that's highlighted in white, not red.
The one that's highlighted in white, not red. Am I looking at the recipe package or the actual just block?
Package. The package.
Okay, this one. Ooh. Oh my. That's a lot of like missing stuff.
Yeah, now this is about half as much as we had at the beginning of the stream though. So we made really good progress today actually.
Oh, that's good. So like a lot of the ingots that said that we couldn't do it knows how to craft now.
That's right, because we just didn't have enough stock. So the ones that are missing are probably ones that either go direct through that machine without going to a hot ingot, or they're crafted some other way and we just don't have enough.
Or we don't have a recipe to tell it how to craft. Canthal ingot.
We need a lot.
Like how? Okay, so for instance, Canthal. Let me take a look at this. I know this was something we made way back when at the start of the playthrough. That's EBF. Why don't we have a hot ingot? What? Oh, no hot ingot.
Yeah. So that's going to be the problem for some of these.
Okay, got it.
So we can go through and fix some of that. And I think like that's really it. Like, and then there's a few. So the ones that I'm not sure on are like the uranium. That whole thing, I have no clue how it all works. And it seemed like uranium has a circular craft. That might be the only problem. Or it might be that like, I don't know.
Uranium is one of those things we haven't quite figured out yet.
Okay, because I think we can make uranium dust from uranium ingots, and we can make uranium ingots from uranium dust. And I think that's part of why that recipe looks broken inside the Omnic Forge craft.
That might be. I don't know what these different recipes are, but the way we get uranium is from uraninite dust. And it has to go through like this long drawn out process, and it's slow making each uranium dust.
I see. So I think part of it is we have uranium dust coming from the ingot, which we need to get rid of, and that will help. But I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to touch it because I don't know enough about it to fix it. So that's the only one that I really looked at and was like, oh, that's a problem. The other one was redstone, although I just increased our, whatever it's called, hostile neural networks redstone to 1 million, so we shouldn't have a redstone issue. In fact, I actually increased every hostile neural networks ingot to 50,000.
I went to go use those terminals and they don't exist. So the uranium dust from uranium ingot, that recipe we can just get rid of. That's gone.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So now if we try Omnic Forge. Omnic. Next. That's solved some of it. Yeah.
Did it?
That's a lot of thorium. Holy moly. Guacamole.
Like how much thorium?
Like 200,000 for the whole craft.
Okay, here's the big problem that we need 67,000 more uranium dust. So I need to order uraninite like 20,000. Can we do that? We can do that. Doing it. So that'll process and we'll have that eventually. But that's going to take a while to convert this uraninite into the dust and then eventually into the slurry and then into the uranium dust.
Okay.
I feel like there should be a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so back to Omnic Forge. Thorium, I think we were getting passively. How are we going to do europium dust?
Europium, we just need to increase the storage of fluid europium, probably.
But I don't think we do have a dust recipe. That's weird.
Yes.
When I did the Omnic Forge, it shows europium dust is just missing. It doesn't say it can craft, it just says it's missing.
I wonder if this is such a big pattern. Oh, yeah, it is. There's no crafting CPUs right now available for 8.2 million bytes. So it probably just ran out of storage while it was trying to figure out the whole pattern.
But we have a 256M storage, number 15. I mean, it's currently occupied at the moment, but we should have one like...
Yeah, but I think that's the problem.
Maybe.
Because it is a huge recipe.
We can get thorium from the rock cycle thingy.
Oh yeah, through one of the rocks.
It's the red granite, right? I think maybe.
I don't remember. That would make sense, granite.
Yeah, but that is such a low percent. Dude, that's just a huge power drain. Like, yeah, it would get us some, but
It's not that bad, is it?
oh, wait, this is uranium I'm looking at. That's not thorium.
Maybe it's from the dust of the granite.
Thorium. 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 I don't even know how we get it. I'm looking. Electrolyzer ore washer, packer, thermal. Ore grinding? Ore grinding? I'm not sure which. Ore crushing. I don't know, man. Like saying that we can get it from the rock cycle thing and not telling me like how we get it from there. Hey, cute end girl, how you doing? Yeah, that's the problem with this pack. Is like the further we go into it,
deep slate.
It gets more and more
Take
complicated.
deep slate, throw it into a macerator. You have a 1%. Oh no, at UV you have a 3.8% chance at thorium dust with deep slate.
I think I'm doing that already, aren't I? Over in the red room. Or red room. I was doing it in the red room. I'm not sure where that all went.
Maybe when we switch to the multi-blocks. I noticed, for example, we didn't have the rare earth being centrifuged. So we ran out of a bunch of things because of that. I put it back in. But that might be one that needs to be added. It's the macerator, right? Where's that guy? Maceration tower. Wait, do we have a maceration tower in here?
Not in here. I think we just had the one that was in the main hall, and then I don't know what you did with it.
Oh, it's being used for active crafting. We don't have a passive macerator.
No, I don't think we've ever needed something passively macerated.
Interesting. Yeah, this would make sense because there's actually the other stones have other like pretty useful outputs as well. Like even stone dust, I think, had some useful outputs. So maybe that's something we should set up, is just constantly be making and grinding up the different types of stone.
Well, I mean, we're already making them. They stock up to 50,000. When we run below whatever the specified limit is, they turn back on, make more.
I see.
Yeah, like every single stone that we can make in here is already set up.
Okay, great. So then if we were to set up a macerator for each one, let's see, where is this maceration tower? I actually don't know
Although
where it is.
we need one piece of basalt to fill up basalt.
Oh, it's kind of go to the overworld and find one.
Warp nether? I need one piece of basalt. This was something that I looked at before. I just need to find a basalt delta.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna try and find that maceration tower. I have no idea where we put it.
There we go. That was easy. And we've had one basalt in there, and now we currently have 2,500, and yeah, just going.
Dude, this macerator is so fast. So what happens if we try to have this maceration tower have every single one of those in stock? It's always going to get stuck on one, probably, right?
I feel like, yeah, it's going to prioritize the very first one, whichever that one happens to be.
So how do we... Ugh. That's why we don't have it passively automated as well, because it's like, how do we tell it what to stock?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure how we would do that. You're doing well. The baby turned 3 months old. Congratulations. That's awesome.
We could do something really stupid and tell it that if you give it like 1,000 stone, it'll give you 1 basalt or whatever it is, your thorium.
Right. That would be a way to do it.
This is a dumb way to do it, but it would work.
I mean, if it works, is it dumb?
As long as we're not tying up... Actually, it might be fine if we made a separate maceration tower specifically for that. I'm like actually totally down to do it that way, if we do it that way.
So you want like a separate macerator tower for every single different rock, essentially?
No. One maceration tower that has a recipe that's like 1,000 rocks makes you 1 of the dust. Because it's so fast, I can't imagine it actually takes that long. Especially because it'll produce actually faster than it says it will. But that way it doesn't block our maceration tower for other things. Otherwise, you'd have to figure out how to tell it to... I don't know how you would get it to do all of the rocks otherwise. Unless you know of a way. I guess we could do it the same way we're doing the maceration tower itself. Wow, this thing is noisy.
I already have it turned down. It's not that noisy for me, but yeah. And it's off now. Everything is filled. That was something that's been bothering me for a while. I noticed that and I was like, we'll get basalt later.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I was like, oh, basalt doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's basically where I was at on it too. But does basalt matter? Can we do anything with basalt? We can turn it into basalt dust and then we can centrifuge that for olivine. Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah, I think each of these have something useful. Like even calcite is kind of useful to have. Dark ashes is useful.
Calcite turns into calcium. I think, right? Maybe.
And gypsum, which we needed for something else.
Carbon and calcium and oxygen. Quicklime. Carbon dioxide. Yeah, I don't know.
I also don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if we need anything from these, it's set up and we're ready to go. So there's that.
Well, so we needed thorium, right?
Yes. And how do we get thorium? I know you said, but I don't remember.
Macerating deep slate.
Macerating deep slate dust.
And at UV, it's a 4% chance per deep slate. So we could make a recipe that says deep slate makes you 1 deep slate. Well, 1,000 deep slate makes you 1 thorium. And we could throw that in there and then just take a couple seconds to make some thorium.
Wait, is it literally? Oh, okay. It's from Oh, right. Actually, yeah. So do we want to like just go in ZPM power tier and get a 3.4% chance? That's like 3 or 4 for every 100.
We're at UV, so 3.8.
Oh, sorry.
We're at UHV. Technically, we're at UEV. 4.6%.
Is it worth spending that much power for that versus like a 3% at LUV? I don't know.
The efficiency calculation in JEI is wrong. So yes, it's worth it because it's more efficient in power usage. Or it's equally efficient per item in power usage every tier.
Okay. About half the stuff you put on passive with the rock cycle simulator have no uses. Well, maybe we want to build with it, okay? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Oh, Kitty wants attention. How adorable. How's Goose? Goose get into any trouble recently?
Dinner, and now she needs a dinner nap.
A dinner nap?
That's
Dude,
right.
my cat sleeps all day and then he wakes up, comes says hi, and then goes back to bed.
Yeah, same here.
He like wears himself out from napping.
It's so tiring. Need a nap.
Your cat wants dinner 2 hours after dinner? Typical kitty. Well, I don't know. I feel pretty accomplished for my part of the stream. Are you going to continue on and do some more things?
I am going to continue on and do some more things.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I think I will send my peeps over your way, raid you, and then I'm just going to call it for me for today. How about that?
Alrighty. Well, thanks for hanging out. I will work towards the Omnic Forge. And maybe someday we'll get there.
Well, I mean, like you said, we just did a good portion of it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was so helpful. I wasn't expecting you to build that machine, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to be staring at level emitters all day.
Yeah.
So, really
I was trying to
excited.
figure out what I was going to do, and like I had nothing. So I was like, you know what?
Oh,
We've been
okay.
meaning to make this thing, so.
Sweet. Yeah, it was a lot of progress.
I feel like there was something else. Must not be that important. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of here.
All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out. See you around.
Yep. See ya. I'm going to send my peeps over your way. Bye-bye.
Cool. Bye.
All right, chat. That is it for me for today. It is like 10 p.m. my time. I'm actually kind of tired today. I went to bed late. I woke up early because I'm trying to like wake up earlier, but going to bed later didn't really help that situation. But anyway, I'm a little bit tired, so I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to send you guys over to Jassassin for the rest of the stream. Hope you guys enjoy what he's got in store for you. But again, that is it for me. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.